Hi friends, welcome to Grade B. We are back with yet another important lecture for your current affair from the current affairs series. We bring out to you 25th and 26th news article from sources like PIB, The Hindu, The Indian Express, Mint, and Business Standard. Right? So, and sometimes down to earth, because in down to earth you can't find news article daily. So let's begin with the first news article. That is IBBI Organized Training of Trainer Program. Now, what is IBBI? Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Okay, so they have organized a training. Why? Training for train the trainer event, because insolvency is a very technical process. Okay, the valuation, the accounting, the auditing, everything is a technical process. Since India do not have uh, that amount of people who are knowledgeable on this field, it requires knowledge from the foreign country. So the trainers from the UK have come to India, and then this was organized. Sorry, not come. So this was organized, and the trainer was from the United Kingdom, right? So train the trainer program on usage of alternate dispute resolution technique to aid the insolvency resolution process. Okay, event was conducted on 22nd and 23rd in online mode. Okay, so they haven't come to India. So let's move to the next news article, that is rupees 11099.25 crore as MSP value. Okay, so I think this news has already been covered. So let's skip this and let's move to Azadi Amrit Chai. Right. So see, this can be an objective, since chai tea is related to agriculture. So we thought of including it. So in objective paper you can get. So MS Andrew Yule and Company. So this is a central public sector enterprise. Okay. If this was a private company, this news would have hold not so important. But since this is a central public sector company, enterprise in tea sector under Ministry of Heavy Industries has come out with a series of Ajadi Amrit Chai. Okay, in orthodox, elaichi, adrak, and masala flavor. So all these are not important. So a CPSE named this has come out with an Azadi Amrit Chai, right? So you can get a question, either the name of the chai, that is Azadi Amrit Chai, or you can get who have launched it, that is MS Andrew Yule and Company, right? So let's move forward with the next news article, that is fiscal deficit will stay at budget estimates of 6.8% of GDP. Right, so this is an important article from the Business Standard. So where the news is like the estimate of 6.5% of the fiscal deficit is likely to be maintained by the government irrespective of the huge spending this year. Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, food subsidy, and many things, and also the uh, coronavirus vaccine. Irrespective of all this, the budget estimate will remain. The fiscal deficit that was given in the budget estimate will remain as it is. Okay, it is estimated as 15.07 trillion. The increase is expected primarily due to an extension of free food grain distribution scheme till November. That is what I told. Right. So let's see this important thing. Fiscal deficit stood at 31.3% in the first 5 months of financial year 2022. First 5 months, this was 31.1%. 31.1%. Okay. So going forward, the situation may not be as rosy despite high tax revenue. Right then, center tax collection before refund goes to 74.7. So this was also a news article in maybe in the month of September, and 74.4%. Right. So this is something that you should know. Then food subsidy may rise by 93,868 crore over business budgetary estimates of 2.43 trillion for financial year 20. Right. So these things you should know. Then let's move forward. 483 infrastructure project show cost overturn of 4.3 trillion. So what is cost overturn? The cost overturn is a word which is used when when the let's say a project is supposed to complete in 2018, let's say, due to some or the other reason, maybe due to administrative, maybe to environmental, okay, or any other challenges, this scheme is getting completed on 2020 or getting delayed by 2 years. Even if it gets delayed by 1 year, the cost is going to high in a queue, because inflation is the major thing, the general rise in the price of any given commodity. Okay, the wages is getting increased, so everything. So so the government has identified, so ministry or MOSPI is the ministry that monitors all this. Okay, and it monitors project only worth 150 crore and above, not below. So as many as 438 infrastructure project, okay, each rupees 150 crore or more have been hit by cost overrun, totaling 4.3 lakh crore. So see, if all this were completed in time, then 4.3 lakh crore could have been saved. But now it cannot. Okay, over 1670 such projects of this many projects that are going in India, 438 reported cost overrun and 563 were delayed. So total original cost of implementation of 1670 projects were 21 lakh 66,048.11 lakh crore, right? And their anticipated compensation. So this all these small details are not important. What is important is 438. Okay, 4.38 lakh crore is the cost overrun. The report is by MOSPI. Okay, so then according to the expenditure incurred on this project, still in September, it's 12 lakh 54,512.40 crore, which is 48.31% of the anticipated cost of the project. Right? Let's move to the next news article. Rupees 10,000 crore via Bharat Bond EFT. What is EFT? EFT is Exchange Traded Fund. Exchange Traded Fund. Okay. So the government is likely to launch the next tranche of Bharat Bond EFT by December. Expect to raise over 10,000 crore. Now, see, in basic term, understand what is EFT. So there are many government organizations like CPSE or public sector banks, we can say. So CPSE and public sector banks. Okay. So all those companies whose shares are listed in the share market. Okay, so government will make a pool, and it is like a mutual fund, but it is being traded in the exchange. So a new share is being made out of it, right? And again, that is being rated as AAA rated bonds, because all those are public sector companies, right? So back end there is government security, right? So AAA bond is being given to all EFTs. So government is looking to tap the market through this Bharat Bond EFT for rupees 10,000 crore. Okay, the fund raised through debt EFT helps in smoothing borrowing plan of anticipated CPSs or public sector bank. It also helps them in meeting their capital expenditure need. Again, what is capital expenditure? Look, if any organization, be it CPSC, public sector bank, or whosoever it is, if they are spending on capital expenditure, then obviously it's fine. Um, it's good to borrow for capital expenditure, but not to meet the revenue shortfall. Then it's something else. So why capital expenditure? Because capital expenditure is something where you invest for the future, right? So maybe in today the books will have 10,000 crore debt, but this expenditure as a capital expenditure can give you more than 1 lakh crore in the future or in the coming days, since this is a capital expenditure, right? So the second tranche of the Bharat EFT was launched in July 2020. It was oversubscribed more than 3 times, collecting about 11,000 crore. It has fetched about 12,400 crore in its debut offer in December 2019. So in December 2019, this was done for the first time. Second time, July 2020. And first time, it is expected that the government will launch the next tranche by December. Okay. So EFT offers maturity option of 5 and 12 years in its second tranche, while the first tranche maturity option were 3 and 5 years, were 3 and 10 years. Edelweiss Asset Management is the fund manager of the scheme. Okay. Edelweiss Asset Management is the fund manager of the scheme. Let's move forward. Medical college in UP. So the Prime Minister, so 9 medical college in UP. So in the recent time, you have seen the Prime Minister has traveled to Uttar Pradesh for inaugurating 9 medical colleges, right? But there are more information in that news, like it has been done under Atma Nirbhar Swasth Bharat Yojana, largest pan-India scheme for strengthening healthcare infrastructure and will be in addition to the National Health Mission. Okay, so this scheme is addition to the National Health Mission. The objective is to fill the gap in public health infrastructure, especially in critical care facilities. So in primary care facilities, it's almost there in every district, right? But in critical care facilities, it's not there. Now, since Corona has taught a very good lesson to all the government all over the world and a country like India, it is required that critical care facilities are being built by the government, both in urban and rural areas. So this support for rupees 7,788 rural health and wellness center in 10 high focus state will be built. Further 11,028 024 urban health and wellness center will be established in all states. Right? So under this scheme, a national institution for One Health, 4 new virology institute, a regional research platform for WHO Southeast Asia region, then nine BioSafe Level 3 laboratories will be built, and 5 new regional national center for disease control will be set up. The Prime Minister office set as per the Prime Minister office, right? So let's move to the next news article, that is National Steering Committee. Okay. So, in the recent times, the Nipun Bharat mission was launched. Now, what is Nipun Bharat mission? So, this is a mission for small kids, right? For them, this scheme is launched so that they can speak the words correctly. Okay. Proficiency in reading and understanding numeracy. Because what happens in the rural India is they go to school, still, they lack how to read, you know So that is what this scheme looks to fill the gap. Okay, with an aim to achieve the goal of universal proficiency in foundational literacy, numeracy for every child by grade 3. As prescribed in the mission guidelines, a steering committee for the implementation of Nipun Bharat has been constituted on 25th October under the chairmanship of Union Minister Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, Vice Chairman Minister of State Shri Annapurna Devi. Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan is the chairman. You will have to remember this. So, with this, we have come to the end of this lecture. Thank you. We wish you very good luck for your examination. Thank you from Team Grad Grade B.